Scott Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Sure is. And welcome to it. 888-900-3393. We've just been taking the time to prepare this thing right up until the last second. I was just going over an interview on the BBC that David Chipman did in 2019. You know who David Chipman is?
The rock star?
No, not a rock star.
No.
Looks and sounds and acts like one?
Yeah.
No doubt. But he is Biden's nominee to head up the ATF, or as Biden would say, the AFT. And
that guy.
He's just an extreme left-wing radical. And he was complaining a couple of years ago after the El Paso shooting about the lack of action. And so the BBC was asking him about his thoughts on Biden's speech. You know, and Biden continues down the gun control road. Talked many times this week about taking the guns off the street, banning certain weapons, including some handguns. Here's what Chipman had to say.
Well, he clearly said it was an urgent situation. What was disappointing is he did not take urgent action.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That's what's disappointing is that he didn't urgently already confiscate every gun in America.
Right.
That's what's irritating to me.
Just look at his plea that we pass laws that provide for the death penalty for mass shootings. I don't know how that's going to possibly prevent them, since many mass shootings die in the attack.
Wait.
What?
Many mass shootings die in the attack?
Hey.
That's very strange.
What we need is action that ensures that people who shouldn't have guns can easily get them, and background checks legislation would do that. And we also have to look at the...
We have background checks.
Legislation,
that
right?
do already have that. Then it already does that. So
weaponry that is on the streets. Today in America, in most states, any 18-year-old, absent even a background check, can buy the same semi-automatic assault rifle that I was issued on ATF's elite SWAT team. And that's why the chief in Dayton is so frustrated, is that he's facing weaponry that can kill people in a matter of seconds. So even if they respond in that time frame, it's too late.
Yeah, these are weapons. Let's not forget, that can kill people in a matter of seconds.
Any gun can kill people in a matter of seconds. It's not like when you fire a handgun as opposed to an AR-15.
Right.
You know, the bullet waits for police to arrive before it enters its victim.
It's with a handgun. The thing is, the bullet travels much slower, much slower.
We need the 18-year-olds to be able to purchase the slow motion bullet.
Right. Well, yes, and the slow bullets can take up to 15 to 20 minutes to arrive at and penetrate the body of the victim. And by that time, police have had time to arrive and whatnot.
Right.
So
I'd like the next day delivery bullets, please.
Jeez, could these arguments be any more juvenile?
That's a lie.
Preposterous.
The one is a complete lie, where the 18-year-old can get a weapon, the same weapon that he used,
without a background check.
Right.
Get out of here.
Name
one mass shooting where that's been the case.
Right.
Name one.
And is it possible that illegally that happens? Sure. But that's against the law.
Yes. Well, these new laws, they'll be sure to obey. Yeah, they won't.
Sure.
Yeah, they don't want to break the new laws.
Yeah.
They're okay with breaking the old laws, but not the new ones.
Every gun that's doing the shooting and killing in cities across America, every gun is a legal gun. It's legally purchased. They've all had background checks. I mean, that's their big deal in Chicago, right? They want to stop the people being able to go outside of Chicago to purchase guns and bring them in. But that's really not what's happening.
No,
they're not getting them legally.
No, it's a ridiculous, asinine argument, and they make it all the time.
They sure do.
They make it all the time.
Are we doing
He had more
enough
to
to
say.
monitoring
good.
what is on these hate-filled websites,
No, we're
particularly
not,
given
no.
that they're feeding off one another?
The frustration is in the United
Frustration
States,
is that,
the freedom of speech and to say things is largely cannot be regulated. But
Yeah, that whole pesky freedom of speech thing has got to go. That's the frustration. It's that frustrating that pesky First Amendment that I hate so much.
that.
I hate that. Why can people say things that they want to say in America? That's our problem in America. There's way too much freedom.
Right?
We need that. I'm frustrated by the freedom that people have in America.
yes, we have to do more to monitor hate speech on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
But we also have to do more to curb that same speech being presented by our president and other elected public officials.
All right.
The FBI,
Keep in mind, this was 2019,
Yeah.
so he's talking about Trump.
other federal agencies have a tough job responding to these threats when they don't currently have the authority to remove weaponry just because people are saying hateful things.
Yeah, they don't have that authority, but they should.
You imagine that? You start removing handguns or any gun, AR-15, whatever the case may be, whatever kind of weapon you have, you remove it because of what you wrote on Twitter
Oh,
or
absolutely.
Facebook or Instagram or whatever. These people are stark raving nuts. This is the nominee to head up the ATF. Wow.
I mean, they've already really
Jeez.
started doing that, right? But now they're using the courts, that, you know, as long as it's with the warrant and you've had hate speech online, a judge will say, yeah, you can go in and take all their stuff. Then we'll visit it later. We'll make sure you prove. He's going to have to prove that he's okay. You're going to have to prove to me that you can have these weapons.
Yeah, so not just the Second Amendment is under assault here, but so is the First.
Yeah.
They're assaulting the entire Bill of Rights, the U.S. Constitution. They don't care about it. They're literally trying to burn it up and rid the United States of America.
Of that pesky Constitution thing, right?
I hate that.
Stops us from putting everybody in jail that we don't like. I hate that.
It's chilling. It really is chilling. And yet they keep heading down this road. The Biden-Harris team just keeps steaming along with their agenda, despite the fact that the poll numbers are really bad for them. Democrats are really quite concerned with the disapproval ratings of both Biden and Harris. Harris's ratings are even worse than Biden's.
Did they think, honestly, when he picked her and the world went, what?
Yeah.
Did they think, oh, no, she's fine. She's great. She's great.
I don't know anybody who's ever said that.
No.
Democrat or Republican, come to think of it.
Right.
Are there any Democrats who like her?
I mean, even Willie Brown wasn't that crazy about her, but
It
she
doesn't seem
worked
like he
hard to keep
was.
it going.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like,
Yeah,
I don't
whatever.
even want to talk about her.
Yeah.
Ick.
I already gave her a job in another city. I had to get rid of her.
Yeah, did I sleep with her a couple of times? Sure, but I'm done with that. Done with that. That's a bad memory. I don't even want to think about it now.
Right.
So we'll keep an eye on that. Again, like yesterday, if we just sit back and take it, everything is going to change. We're going to lose everything in this country. We really got to get involved in this process. Let our elected officials know where we stand and what we expect them to do about it. 888-900-3393. Also, it became official yesterday. The SEC did invite Texas and Oklahoma into their conference.
Yes, they did. They extended the membership to Oklahoma and Texas, and they claim that it's going to start
Effective July 1st, 2025.
Right.
Wow. So that's not until the 2025-26 academic year.
Right. All sports. I mean, they're all going. Everything's going.
Mm-hmm.
Whole thing. Have a nice day. They're done with the Big 12.
In 4 years.
That's a long time, man.
That's a long breakup. That's a long divorce.
That sure is.
And that, in 4 years, anything could happen. This name, image, and likeness thing that they're opening up to the athletes, That could change the entire thing before they get around to going to the SEC. That might ruin college football before they even get the chance to move.
I know.
Just is there going to be college football in 2025?
And what I read yesterday was they all voted for it. Every school. Not
really?
Yeah.
It was unanimous?
Yeah, not one school voted against it. I thought,
even Texas A&M.
So they were all strong-armed for it, man.
I'll bet they were. Yeah.
They all were strong-armed.
Wow. Hey, you don't want to be booted out of the league. Why don't you vote for this? How about that?
You like being in the SEC,
You like the
right?
SEC?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's kind of prestigious, right? Yeah. Okay.
You
You
like-
want to continue to be a Texas school recruiting in Texas, but in the SEC and not the Big 12? Yeah. Okay.
But by the way, you like cashing those checks
Yeah.
that we send over too, right? Okay.
All right.
Good.
That's what I thought.
'Cause here's another envelope that has your name on it, but it also says SEC, so you're going to go ahead and vote yes.
Yeah. What box are you going to check again? There is no box.
Yeah.
No is not an option here. That must have happened because
Yeah.
they were really pissed.
I know.
They were really pissed. And I'll bet others were too.
And maybe maybe they figure it's so far off. I mean, I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
I don't know if
It's going to be weird.
yeah, I don't know what you do if if Big 12 says get out, which I doubt they're going to do, but if they do, then I guess, you take them, right? You say, okay. you come
I
in.
guess. Yeah, I guess. But schedules have to be made.
Right.
That would screw things up a
Right.
lot. These schedules are made sometimes decades in advance.
Yeah.
BYU's got games scheduled in 2035.
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, it's way out there in the distance.
Right.
So you can't just throw together usually. I mean, some colleges, some incredible colleges have thrown together a schedule in a matter of days.
Whatever. Have they?
Yeah, they have.
Have they?
Yeah, they have.
Have incredible colleges done that?
Incredible. Like the best university did that, though.
Yeah.
But it's
the best.
not just anybody can do that.
Yeah. I was wondering what league they were in to do that.
Yeah, they're independent. That's
Oh,
why.
okay.
That's why independence is so good.
Okay.
That's why it's working out so well.
And the head of the Big 12, though, the commissioner, he's now sued ESPN or given them a
All right.
cease and desist letter because he believes that the ESPN is responsible for this unhappiness between these schools.
I've heard people say, what possible incentive could ESPN have to be going out?
Well, let's see. They have $1 billion arrangement with the Big 12 right now that they have to pay by 2025 if they hold together as a league.
Right.
Now, if somehow that league collapsed, they're off the hook for the $1 billion in TV revenue. No, I can't see any incentive they might have to work against the Big 12.
I know. The
right
commissioner
now.
said he has proof of one that he for sure in this article that I read that where ESPN, other than Texas and OU, where ESPN has blatantly talked to them about getting out of the Big 12. Yeah. So
Oklahoma State, perhaps?
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
TCU, maybe? I don't know. One of the. Yeah,
It's got to be.
It's got to be
It's got to
somebody
be a school that
decent,
would
right?
hurt.
Yes.
Right? Because Texas and Oklahoma hurt.
A lot. Yeah, that was.
I mean, that's a wound.
Yeah, yes, it is.
That's an open
and it
wound.
might be a
man.
mortal wound.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's an interesting time, though. Things are changing everywhere.
Yes, they are.
Let me tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust. If things are changing for you to where you need a new home, maybe you're relocating to a new area. You got to sell the home you're in and then buy one in your new location. You need a realtor you can really count on. And that's why Glenn put this team together, because he's had bad experiences with realtors. We've told you a bunch of times about selling his house in Connecticut. It took 2 years. And, he wound up getting $37.95 for it. And
That's actually pretty close to what he got for it. I mean, I'm not doubting what you're telling me, but
no, $37.95.
Okay, yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what he got for
Okay.
it. So, yeah. They originally offered $14.08.
got him up.
Yeah, but Glenn stuck to his guns, man.
Look, I want to get rid of the place, but you got to help me out here.
Yeah, help me out. Come on. All right, I'll throw in the washer dryer set. You can keep that for no extra cost. All right, $37.95. So if you don't want that to happen to you, these are the realtors you can turn to because they've been really closely vetted, and we only allow the best in every market to be a part of Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name really says it all. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Another scary thing, COVID's on the rise, completely out of control again. Just about everybody on the planet's going to die, so you better get vaccinated. I mean, you'll still die. It'll just be a little bit less painful, maybe, when you do. So you got that going for you.
I mean, you can still get vaccinated.
Yeah,
You can still
get vaccinated,
still
and
get
it'll
it,
hurt
though.
less when you
still
die.
get it.
Oh, you're going to get it, and you're going to die. But it will be less
Why do
painful.
I need to get the...
Because it'll be less painful. I'm trying to tell you. There is a benefit to it.
I'm still going to die.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, to listen to them now, that's about it, right? They're such fear mongers. They're trying to scare us so much so that every single living person is going to get vaccinated that it's almost that bad. And then we're finding out that COVID-19 cases in Los Angeles County, they're rising, I guess, like crazy. They've been averaging daily new cases between 2,000 and 2,500 over the past week. They haven't had numbers like that since February. And over 25% of those cases are from fully vaccinated people.
Breakthroughs, yeah.
Fully vaccinated. 25%? That's a huge number. I mean, that's a huge number.
Is.
And it does lead you to wonder, well, why would I get vaccinated then? Why?
Well, I think someone told me that you'd get vaccinated because
It'll hurt less
It would make
when
the
you
death
die.
less
Right.
painful. That's what I was told.
Yes, that's correct. But over the period of July 1st through the 16th, there were 13,598 cases diagnosed in LA County, and unvaccinated represented 74%. So it's actually 26% of the cases are from fully vaccinated people. That's something else. You know, every time I start to think, all right, I'm just going to get vaccinated.
I know.
Then you get another story that pushes you away,
Well,
and this is one of those.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I want to make my death less painful.
Yes, I think everybody would
want to make my
agree to
death
that.
less painful.
Which one are you leaning toward if you get it? Moderna, Pfizer, or Johnson and Johnson?
No Johnson and Johnson.
No.
No, that's although that one and done sounds good.
It does. Yeah, it does. They've had some problems with it, though, and it's less effective. The efficacy, like the preventive rate, is way lower than Pfizer and Moderna.
And I mean, with this new variant that's going to shoot those numbers, that stat off the charts.
Yeah, it probably
too.
is.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of leaning towards Pfizer if I do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I went so far
I
as
got one person in my house did the Moderna, one person in my house did the Pfizer, and so they 6 to 1, half dozen to the other. I think
6 to 1,
6 to 1, half dozen to the other. I think
6 of 1.
no 6 to 1,
Okay, 6 to 1,
half dozen to the other.
half dozen the other.
To the other. What do you
To
want
the
from me?
other.
What do you want from me?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right.
You gave it all. There it is. So, yeah, I went so far as to Google it yesterday and try to find. The Pfizer shot isn't quite as readily available
No,
as I
it's
thought
not.
it was going to be.
But I will say that it's so funny. We must have been doing the same darn thing because I was like, well, I'll just make an appointment. Mm-hmm. And then this is walk-ins available. So I'm like, okay, well,
I'll walk
need to
in.
make an appointment. I'll just walk in. How you doing? So I walk in, then just do it. Don't give me the runaround. Let's just go.
And while I live in Tarrant County, the only places I could find that were options were in Dallas County. I thought,
Really?
really? Is it
That were
still?
options for...
That's all I could find. Yeah, for Pfizer.
Oh, for Pfizer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what they have. Like the local, the pharmacy that I would go to, They just have walk-ins, but I'm guessing it probably. I didn't see if it was Moderna or Pfizer.
Maybe it's a Sinovac, the really good Chinese vaccine.
I mean, we can't
that
get that lucky. I can't get that lucky.
I love Chinese people too, but come on.
I saw a stat that said, I think it's 36% of people after they have the Sinovac vaccine are getting COVID anyway. Wow. That's not good.
Well, I mean, that's what,
not good.
64% not.
So, yeah, right. That's right. The 64% probably just haven't been exposed to it. That's why they haven't gotten it.
Well, and look, that's what they're saying with while, we joke around about it, the death being less painful, being fully vaxxed, but they are, these fully vaxxed people, the CDC are saying you can spread it and catch it. This new Delta variant,
so weird.
with depending on whatever's in the air, whatever air you walk through that's got COVID in it. Okay, all right, and think of this, and this is a little disheartening actually. If I get the shot today, then a Pfizer is I think 3 weeks. I got to wait to get the second shot, right? And Moderna is
3
4.
weeks or a month. Yeah,
and then it's 2 weeks after that
you're.
So I'm not. If I were to get it today, I'm not fully vaxxed until middle of September.
Right.
So
yeah, you're not immune until September, and maybe even
not then.
So,
right.
But you're a buffoon if you don't get it right now. You're a buffoon and an idiot. Okay, and a murderer.
I thought you were smarter than that.
Yeah, we all thought. I didn't think you were smarter than that, but I thought some people were smarter than that. Chris Cuomo had this guy on. This guy in Los Angeles that did in his restaurant. He's got a thing. You must prove that you haven't been. There it is. Notice proof of being unvaccinated is required. At Basilicos.
This interview is, I don't know that we make it through the whole thing.
That's funny.
But it's worth at least watching a little bit of it.
Yeah. Check this guy out on Chris Cuomo's show.
Okay. You have vaccine resistant, skeptical, hesitant.
He just oozes
and then
douchery, doesn't
he? Does.
I'm not taking it. A restaurant owner in California posted signs calling on customers to show proof that they have not gotten the vaccine. He's also banned diners from wearing masks inside and put up this massive billboard that says, "Leave the mask, take the cannoli." Of course, it has to be an Italian guy, and he's using the Godfather.
Of course, yeah. You don't like that.
Anyway, Tony Roman is the owner of Basilicos Pasta e Vino, and he joins me now from inside his restaurant. Welcome.
Man, you said the name perfectly. You said it perfectly. Good job. Now I know you're Italian.
It's because I speak the language. Let me guess, you don't. But here's what I'm asking you. Tony.
Already a dude.
Is this a little bit of a joke?
Fire
Can you give me some hope that you really don't want people to not get vaccinated so they can come to your restaurant?
That's a good question. You're a smart guy. It's an IQ test. And like I say to people when they ask me, if they're so blinded with their rage and their hate, I tell them, you know what, if you still don't understand it, maybe we should put up a sign up that says you're too stupid to come into the restaurant. I mean, it's very simple. Just like you said, I think you figured it out. Am I right?
I don't even know what you're saying right now. Tell me, so what's the deal?
Point. I'm saying we're making a point.
And so
you answered the question.
So you haven't been vaccinated. Nobody in your family's been vaccinated.
If I answer that, are you going to answer that when I ask you?
Yeah, sure. Ask me whatever you want. Now answer my question.
I'm not vaccinated. Are you?
I am. How about your parents, your wife, your kids?
You were hesitant.
No, I got vaccinated.
I'm gonna ask you the same. I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Is that all right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow, this is an awkward
interview. It sure is.
No.
The whole thing is.
Is your family vaccinated?
Yes.
See, what you're not getting, you're failing the IQ test. What you're not getting, which I expected. What you're not getting is that this is not an anti-vaccine stand. It's a pro-freedom stand. That's what you're not getting.
What is the difference when you are ignoring
I will say
the
that
science that
world,
suggests that if you get vaccinated,
pro-freedom is anti-vax.
I guess.
No. I mean, you can't. We talked about, pro-choice? Yeah, no. No, we're going to drag you out of your house and get it. You're getting it. That's
right.
It.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. No, it's freedom.
Don't give me that your body, your choice stuff when it comes to this.
Right.
It's just unbelievable.
It sure
what
is.
hypocrites and what idiots they are. And they can't see it. They just
and
can't
these
see
two,
it.
I just keep continuing on. It's really awkward.
Let's see some of this.
Did you protect yourself, you protect the people around you, and you help us get out of this pandemic a little bit faster?
So what's next then? Are we all going to lock ourselves in our homes whenever there's a flu outbreak or there's an outbreak of a common cold? Are we going to lock ourselves inside our homes and wear a moon suit? I mean, where does it end?
It ends with you getting the vaccine so that this virus doesn't keep replicating and creating variants that we need to find ways to combat. The whole reason this is happening is because people won't protect themselves, Tony. I mean, what are you thinking?
Then why did you leave your house when you had COVID? I mean, you had it, and you left your house. It's been documented.
First
right?
of all,
so
it has been
I want you to
documented.
answer that.
My ass, it's been documented.
Why
I
don't you
quarantined.
answer it?
I went out. My wife got accosted by somebody.
I don't know, man.
And I know you don't know, so I'm trying to help you. The science is clear, Tony.
You're trying to help me.
Oh,
I don't want you to
we're
get
skipping
sick
over the.
Yes, we are.
Pause it for a second.
Yes, we are.
We're skipping over the. I'm trying to help you with my story. The science is clear, Tony. Nice cop out there because it is documented.
Yes, it is.
There's video evidence of it. Yes. Wow, this guy is just a piece of work, isn't he? All right, let's see more of this.
Oh, you care about me all of a sudden, huh?
Enough to have you on the show because I don't like people making bad decisions for themselves and their family. I was hoping it was a little bit of a stunt. You have the freedom not to take the vaccine. I just don't know why you think it's a good move.
Maybe we should ask your brother about protecting people, right?
Hey, look, that's his job, and if he doesn't do it well, people won't vote for him.
Whole new can of worms.
But look, Tony, look, I don't know if you know me too well. I don't shy away from
stand
it.
is not
I'm
a
asking you
political
about
stand.
you.
What?
Yeah,
great.
Good. I appreciate that too because I know you talk a lot. So my stance here is a pro-freedom stand only. It's not political. You're never gonna. If you come down here, you're not gonna see a Trump flag flying over the roof. Okay. You're not gonna see campaign signs. You're not gonna see campaign slogans or political slogans ever. Okay. You're only gonna see pro-freedom messages, and that's it. And you're not going to drag me down the hole talking about the science. This is not about whether I'm pro-vaccine or not. I'm pro-freedom, anti-tyranny. Okay. And maybe the conversation should really be between me and your brother.
Maybe
that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe so. You're pro-freedom, but people can't wear masks. Tony, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I gave you a chance to make the case. I wish you well. I hope your family stays safe.
I made my case. You didn't have much to say.
I mean, honestly, you sound like an idiot, so there's not much to say. But, Tony, good luck with it. See you.
And so do you.
Yeah.
And so do you.
Only for having you on the show. That was my only mistake. Look, it's just stupid.
Honestly, you sound like an
pro-freedom.
idiot.
I'm not anti. It's not about the
he
vaccine.
wanders
It's about
off.
freedom. Yeah. What the hell is he talking about? Of course you have the freedom not to take it. The
All
question
right,
is,
I got it.
Is it...
No, he doesn't know what he's talking about because he doesn't understand the freedom aspect of it. He doesn't understand it.
You're pro-freedom, but you won't wear a mask.
Right.
Wait.
You're pro-freedm, but you're not trying to force all of your customers to be vaccinated before they can come into your establishment. It's just amazing. It's amazing. The hypocrisy. And Chris Cuomo especially, because he nailed him on that. He absolutely nailed him on leaving his house when he had COVID-19. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Johnny Going Legit tweets. This about we were talking about the bullets that David Chipman, the new nominee for the ATF, or as Biden would say, the AFT, he actually said that these weapons that are on the street can kill people in a matter of seconds. Huh. Is there a single gun that can't? Is there any gun that can't? Johnny Going Legit tweets, an arrow can kill in a matter of seconds, too. Huh, really? So it doesn't take 15, 20 minutes to fly through the air?
Weird.
And find its target. That's really strange. From B to Bodine, I think I've seen at least one instance where the bullet fired followed the intended target for a while before hitting the target. Of course, I believe it was a cartoon, but it did happen.
It did happen. You betcha.
It did happen. Peekapool, the snarky jackhole Pokemon. I have a wacky idea. Why don't we make it illegal to shoot people, except in cases of self-defense? Oh, my gosh.
I love that.
That's a brilliant idea.
I love that.
Why haven't we done that yet?
You know what we could do, too?
Because, the gun wouldn't matter if you just made it illegal to shoot somebody.
Right. You know what we could do, too? As long as, if we're going to start thinking out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to buy a gun, you could have to sign up for it, and they could do a background check on you.
Oh, wow. I don't know why they won't. The Republicans, they just won't let us do that. Bastards. The NRA and the Republicans. That's who you can blame right there. Right there. Novocaine for the Soul tweets, thanks for reminding us right off the bat what insufferable douches we're up against. Hashtag David Chipman.
You're welcome.
Kara22, never thought I'd say this, but I'm at the point of gather all of these anti-American pieces of crap and fly them to actual Marxist nations since they want it so bad.
Okay.
I'm there, too. I'm just there. If you don't like it so much, get out. Get out. Brian Moore tweets, maybe the Longhorns and Sooners can use real estate agents I trust to help them relocate to the SEC.
They already have.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
they already have.
Just going to take a while, huh?
Yeah.
Just going to take
it takes a while to load
just
up,
the
load
4
up the
years.
Trucks and get everything moved.
But just the 4 years. That's all. I've never seen anything like that. I don't think where somebody has jumped from one conference to another. 4 years from now we're going to do that. Huh. Okay. Well, you sure? Because
we're sure.
Yeah. All right.
We're sure. We already sent you the letter to let you know we want it out. I know we signed that deal to 2025, but we're done then. All right. We're going to honor that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they come knocking on the door a couple days later, we're going to say yes to them.
I'll bet the Big 12 commissioner, Bob Bowlesy, loves that. Because
he's happy about it.
Yeah, he's happy about it because he can, maybe he convinces him in the meantime.
He probably you're right. On that. I mean, so much could happen.
There's plenty of time to make something happen here where they could find some deal that sweetens the pot for Texas and Oklahoma.
Right, because the only contract that's been signed so far is the Big 12 deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
The SEC has just said, you can come.
Right.
We want you.
The invitation has been extended.
You're part of the SEC if you want to be at the end of your tenure with the Big 12.
Right.
So, I mean, they could absolutely come back, and maybe they do. Maybe you're right. Maybe, I don't know what more the Big 12 can give Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah, I don't either. But, I mean, they had pretty sweet deals to begin with. Pretty sweet. Texas has their own really successful, very profitable network, the Longhorn Network. So they don't really even need
the Big 12 network.
They don't need it. And they make $200 million a year or whatever. It's a pretty good life,
right?
In Longhorn land. And so I don't know how much better it could be. Maybe a lot in the SEC. I don't know, but they're not going to.
I don't know.
They're not going to rule the SEC with an iron fist. They weren't even doing that. Texas wasn't even doing that in the Big 12.
Right.
Oklahoma kind of was. But Texas wasn't. Amazing. Anyway, St. Louis, who just issued a mask mandate last week because the county executive, Sam Page, ordered it.
Isn't that how you do things?
Yeah. You just have one guy tell everybody else, the rest of the millions of people in the area, what to do. And that works out really well.
Yeah.
That works out really well. It's called communism. People love it. They really do love it. So,
I mean, it does happen in multiple places around the planet.
It does, and look how well it works for them. Well, the St. Louis County Council just threw out that order yesterday.
Huh?
Just said, you know what? No, we're not going to. In a 5-2 vote, they stopped the mandate, and I can't believe it, frankly.
Right.
How about that? Little freedom won out in St. Louis.
Look, that kind of shows that really people have had enough.
We're done. Right. Yes, we're done with the mandates. We certainly don't want lockdowns. And we just want to get back to business as usual. Yes, some of us are going to get sick along the way. I get it.
They won't say no to lockdowns. I mean, I guess DeSantis and Abbott have said no to lockdowns, right? And any more lockdowns.
And Kristi Noem
has.
Mm-hmm.
And Missouri's been pretty strong on that too. So, but the White House won't rule it out.
No, right.
I mean, Ducey asked what's her face, the fill-in for Jen Psaki about it, and she wouldn't rule it out.
President Biden says that we are not returning to lockdowns, shutdowns, and school closures, but he also once said that we didn't have to wear masks anymore once we were vaccinated. So why should Americans trust him now?
Well, because we listen to the scientists, we listen to the expert. This is a public health situation. This is not about politics at all. This is about saving lives. And this is what the president is all about. He wants to make sure that we are saving lives. If you look at, Peter, the last 6 months, that's what he's done every day. And you see that in the numbers. Now we're at a point where we have to double down and make it very, very clear to people that we can't let the pandemic win. We have to continue to fight.
So if you're listening to the science, if scientists come to you at some point down the line and say it is our opinion that there should be shutdowns and there should be school closures, you would do that?
Well, we listen to, like I said, we listen to the CDC,
we listen to the
science and their guidance.
Listen to it.
The CDC is a body that is very well respected, and
not so much anymore.
Again, we follow their.
We follow the science.
Not so much.
We follow
the science.
Yeah.
Listen to the science.
The science, it's ever evolving.
Blah 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 blah. Yeah, we listen. Yeah, that's the thing. The science is ever evolving.
Yes.
They've got a new thing almost every week. So what science are you going to listen to? What science are you going to follow? You're going to blindly follow them down every alleyway? They've been wrong how many times?
Yeah.
How many times? Over and over and over again, they've been wrong. So don't tell me you're following the science.
And they definitely, it's definitely panic, right? I mean, they are doing everything they can to make sure that everyone gets vaccinated no matter what.
They are.
I mean, their deal is get vaccinated no matter what, and they use the Delta variant is more transmissible, and even when you're vaccinated, you can give it,
pass it along to somebody else.
And then they said we've got to stop it now with the vaccines because we're scared that maybe there's another variant coming that a vaccine isn't going to work against. Okay. All right.
Well, the vaccine doesn't work against it. What good is it to get the vaccine?
Well, this vaccine. There'll be another.
Oh, okay.
And I think Pfizer is, they are getting ready to ask this month for an okay for the booster, for the third shot. And the government's going to give it to them.
Of course. Sure.
I mean, they're not going to. No.
Yeah.
No.
And they're getting more and more intense in their rhetoric about getting the vaccine and the necessity of it. And if you don't get the vaccine, not only are you stupid, but you're dangerous. And that's really where this is starting to head. It's getting pretty ugly. You see this? Did you see? We were talking about Fredo, Chris Cuomo earlier. He was also involved in a conversation with Don Lemon that was pretty frightening. Check this out.
I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people are not going to agree with this, but don't get the vaccine, you can't go to the supermarket. Don't have the vaccine, can't go to the ball game. Don't have the vaccine, can't go to work.
Oh, I can't go to work.
Don't have the vaccine, can't come here. No shirt, no shoes, no service. That's where I think we should be right now, because we continue to waste our breath on people who are just not going to change. They're, the circular logic. They just keep going back and saying, well, it's my freedom, it's whatever. I'm free. Well, your kid's not free to give other kids meningitis.
Yes, they are.
In schools.
What?
You got to take a vaccine to do that. You got to take vaccines in order to be employed. So what is the big deal? And all these people were saying, I don't want to put this stuff in my body. They're out drinking on the weekend and putting other substances in their bodies. That's way worse for them than a vaccine.
No.
So come on, let's be real.
So
There are people who have health exceptions. I think they're the very pronounced minority. This is about something else, something just as toxic as the virus. Now, my hope is that people on the right and Trumpers changing their tune, whether it's Steve Scalise or Sean Hannity or these other guys starting to get more quiet about it, that may make a difference. They are aware that they don't want to wind up like Trump, where you misplay a pandemic, it's demonstrably false, what you said, and you lose. They don't want the midterms to look like this election did for Trump, and that's why you're seeing that narrative shift.
Okay, so no vaccine, you don't get to go to the grocery store.
Nothing.
No baseball games, no football games, no basketball games. You can't go to any athletic competition. You can't even go to work. That's how much they're ratcheting this thing up.
And companies are following suit.
Yeah, they are. And by the way, Don, I'm not putting any drinks of alcoholic beverages in my body on weekends or weekdays, for that matter, or anything else, illicit drug-wise. Now, Jeffy certainly
speak for yourself.
Jeffy's, there is some blood in his drug system that runs through his body.
That's my choice.
That's
damn
his
it.
choice. That's his choice. But I'm not putting that stuff in my. What a douchebag he is. Let's talk about high risk activities, Don freaking Lemon. Let's talk about that. What high risk activities are you involved in on the weekends?
Right. Thank you. And
or
by the way,
weekdays, for that matter.
Don Lemon, no shoes, no shirt, no service. Okay, who'd be the first one fighting that? Him.
Yes. Yes, he would.
Oh my gosh, that
Yes, he
no
would.
shoes, no shirt, no service doesn't even exist.
You can't get away with that anymore. You can't get away with it.
No way.
Let's take a little peek into Don Lemon's life, and see if he's doing only super healthy things.
I'm sure he is.
In his life.
I'm sure he is.
Would you like that, Don? How about if we take a look at you and what you're doing with your time? Wow, that pisses me off.
What you're putting into your body. Okay.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right. Omega XL. Here's something you should put in your body. It's all natural. This is not a drug that you have to worry about, something you're going to get addicted to or your body depends on just to feel normal. This is all natural. It comes from the waters around New Zealand. It's the omega fatty acids there that help so much, and it's got like an off switch for inflammation. Omega XL, been researched for 35 years now, clinically, and it really does work. It took about a week for me of the omega acids to build up in my system and start get some relief in my elbow. And then after 2 weeks, that pain was completely gone because it just turned off the inflammation. This could be a life changer for you. It can just make your days so much more pleasant. Give it a try. Go to Omega XL right now. You buy one bottle, you'll get a second bottle free. It's OmegaXL.com/Pat. OmegaXL.com/Pat. You buy one, you get a second for free. 800-844-4888.
Pat Gray.
Isn't it amazing though how much bolder they've become on the vaccine thing? If it's gone from just being a really good idea and we'd really like to see you do this and it's really going to help to, I'm sorry, you can't go to work, you can't go to school, you can't go to the grocery store if you're unvaccinated.
Right. They're
scary.
And like I said, they're following suit. Google is they paused their comeback to work time to mid-October, and that gives everybody time to be fully vaccinated. If you're coming back to work, we want you fully vaccinated. Facebook, fully vaccinated. Apple, fully vaccinated when they come back to the office.
Or you don't come back to work.
Correct. Netflix is requiring all their shows and actors, anything that they do, must be fully vaccinated.
So everybody on any Netflix show, Netflix original
series,
has to
all
be
the
vaccinated.
workers, all the actors, everything, fully vaccinated.
Wow.
And we heard from, Geraldo's another one that's on board with Don
geez.
Lemon. That he had another big meltdown that he talked about on the unvaxxed should be banned from restaurants, businesses, colleges, everything.
Here he is.
In terms of the mandatory vaccines, Jeff, I don't know any Jeffs. Greg, to say that the demonization of the unvaccinated, it's not appropriate. You have to understand that if you're unvaccinated, then you should at least get tested every week on your own, or understand why you are banned from the VA, why you are banned from restaurants, why you are banned from other businesses and colleges increasingly, and they should be, because it's selfish. If you're unvaccinated and you're going around without being tested, you are an arrogant, selfish SOB.
You have proof of that? Do you have proof? You were asking for proof from Jesse. What's your proof that people are wandering around willy-nilly spreading the disease? You sound like you don't have any evidence.
No evidence that unvaccinated people, I have it. Here's, you want evidence? 99% of the people sick in the hospitals in Los Angeles County of COVID were unvaccinated. How's that for proof?
No, you know what else is proof? What if people are immunocompromised and can't get the vaccine? Have you thought about that?
They are, and I cop to that. A tiny fraction of 1%.
More than that.
All right.
A tiny fraction. It is.
25% of the people getting this disease right now in Los Angeles are fully vaccinated. 25%. Where are you getting that 99% aren't thing? That is amazing. Why is he on Fox News? Wow. What a buffoon. All right. 888-900-3393.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Thanks for being with us. 888-900-3393. Really good news. A bipartisan group. Group of senators reached an agreement on key sticking points that have been holding up the massive infrastructure package during months of negotiations. The full bill text has not yet been released, but in total, the deal includes $550 billion in new federal investments in America's infrastructure over 5 years.
Which is great.
That's just fantastic.
Now, and they're going to do it without raising taxes by 1 cent on people making less than $400,000 a year. And there's no gas tax increase.
Okay.
And no fee on electric vehicles. So
wow. So now how much do you love it?
How happy are you?
Now how much do you love it? This deal makes key investments to put people to work all across the country.
Thank you.
In cities, small towns, rural communities, and across our coastlines and plains, tops of mountains. They're going to be everywhere. They're going to be absolutely everywhere doing everything. Everything that needs to be fixed will be under this bill.
It's going to repair and rebuild roads and bridges.
Yep.
It's going to focus on climate change mitigation.
Right.
Equity.
Yep.
Safety for all users, including bicyclists and pedestrians.
And pedestrians?
Yeah.
Okay. Pedestrians.
Yeah, pedestrians.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Some people call them pedestrians.
Some people do. Yeah. Yeah, people with a brain call them that. Excuse me? What? So here's what we know so far about the latest version. The deal calls for investing $110 billion for roads, bridges, major infrastructure projects. About the same amount agreed to in the bipartisan bill in June, but less than the $159 billion initially requested. But $110 billion. Included is $40 billion for bridge repair.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm happy about that.
I am too. Bridge repair, replacement, and rehabilitation, which the White House says would be the single largest dedicated bridge investment since the construction of the interstate highway system began in the 1950s.
There is an interstate highway system?
Yes, apparently there is. Yeah. The deal also contains $17.5 billion for major projects that would be too large or complex for traditional funding programs. Some 20%, or 173,000 miles of the nation's highways and major roads are in poor condition. How many times have I said it? Like I told you yesterday.
Thank you.
On my vacation, we got to the edge of town here in Dallas. Couldn't go any further. We had to stop because of all the crumbling roads and bridges. Couldn't go any further. We were just done.
You'd think maybe jobs would have been created by people saying, hey, you can pay me and I'll take you over the rubble.
Yeah, right.
But they weren't there.
No. They couldn't get to us because there were
too much trouble.
There was no roads and bridges to get them to us. So we sat there for 10 days. So major highways are in 20% of the major highways in poor condition, as are 45,000 bridges. Wow. Also included in the package, $11 billion for transportation safety, including a program to help states and localities reduce crashes and fatalities, especially of cyclists and as you said, pedestrians.
Pedestrians, yeah. Cyclists and pedestrians.
Okay. Bicyclists and pedestrians. It would direct funding to highway, truck, and pipelines and hazardous materials safety efforts. It contains $1 billion. I love this. This is probably the most important right here. $1 billion to reconnect communities, disproportionately black communities and neighborhoods that were divided by highways and other infrastructure.
Yeah, Buttigieg is big on this.
So we're going to reconnect them. I don't know how you do that. How do you reconnect that have been... If it's divided by a freeway, are you going to tear up the freeway and reconnect that community?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right, good. Well, then there you go. There's your answer.
And where's the new freeway going to go?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We don't need one. There's not going to be one.
Well, if there is one, it's going to go through Whitey's neighborhood.
There you go.
Okay, it's going to go through Casper's house.
Like the freeway system through Beverly Hills.
Right.
Right?
Exactly right.
River Oaks neighborhood in Houston.
Exactly right.
Yeah, right. Prestonwood here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Westchester County in New York. These are the places where freeways are going to be rebuilt.
Thank you.
Okay? Right through your multi-million-dollar homes. And you're going to like it. Otherwise, you're a racist pig and a hater.
Thank you.
It will fund planning, design, demolition, and reconstruction of street grids, parks, or other infrastructure. $1 billion is going to do that?
No way.
No way.
No way.
You're going to need a lot more than that.
$1 billion gets you a curb.
Right. Maybe a sidewalk somewhere for half a block. $1 billion. I spit on $1 billion.
Thank you.
The package would provide $39 billion to modernize public transit and improve accessibility for the elderly and the disabled. Less than the $49 billion contained earlier, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Biden initially wanted $85 billion, but they settled on $39. The funds would repair and upgrade existing infrastructure, make stations accessible to all users, bring transit service to new communities, modernize rail and bus fleets. Because, man, I don't know about you, but it's deafening, the roar of people demanding new bus routes and fleets.
Thank you. Thank you.
How many times have you said, we need new bus routes in this city? How many times have you heard it?
We need more. I mean, we definitely need more bus routes. I'll tell you that. There's not enough.
There's not enough.
When I have to take a bus from one particular place to another place, and then I can't take a bus to the other place. No.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
It's unacceptable. No. But Amtrak has already said that they were going to drop $7.3 billion to invest in eco-friendly trains.
Oh, good.
But that's separate from this. That's separate from the $66 billion for passenger and freight rail.
Okay. All right.
I mean, holy cow.
They're also going to replace thousands of vehicles with zero emission models. So that's terrific as well. I don't know how many times I've said we need vehicles with zero emissions.
Yes,
I scream that every day.
Oh,
top of my lungs. And until now, I haven't been heard.
I mean, when you were stuck at the rubble trying to get out of town.
Yeah, if only there was a bus then, and especially a zero-emission bus.
Eco-friendly bus, yeah.
Right. How I would have loved that. The funding is the same as in the bipartisan framework, but less than the $80 billion Biden originally wanted to send to Amtrak. I mean, the Amtrak thing is just ridiculous. It can't make money. It can't stand on its own. It's government-owned and subsidized. Why? Why do we keep pumping money into Amtrak when it just doesn't work?
If we could they just got to get that maintenance backlog.
Yeah.
And they got to modernize the Northeast Corridor.
Oh, okay.
And they got to bring, that world-class rail service will then.
And then will it make money?
Yes,
then it'll make money.
Then.
All right. So it loses billions and billions every year, but now it's going to start making a huge profit for us.
Absolutely.
Okay. The bill is going to provide $65 billion investment in improving the nation's broadband infrastructure.
Good.
Like we did for the Lumbee tribe. That's what we did for them. Spent $20 million for the Lumbee tribe, and they all got internet access all of a sudden. High-speed internet.
I'm all for it.
Wasn't that great? I mean, you wouldn't want Linda Locklear, whatever her name, Rhonda
Locklear, yeah.
Can't remember.
Rhonda Locklear.
Rhonda Locklear. Yeah, my name is
Rhonda Locklear.
Right.
I'm from Pembroke. And I'm a member of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina.
Right, I remember that.
I have 2 children. And like any mother,
me either.
I want the best for my boys.
Of course you do.
Jacob, my oldest, is a transferring student to UNC Pembroke.
Right. Again, that's Jacob, her oldest. No L in oldest. No L in the word oldest.
And Isaac is in the 8th grade at Pembroke Middle School.
Okay.
Like most families across the state
or
who either don't have access to high-speed internet
can't afford it.
or who can't afford it.
Yeah.
We were stuck with dial-up service in our home until
that.
2 months ago.
Wow, it's just 2
months ago. 2
Until
months ago.
10 years.
She's got it now.
It's 10 years and 2 months ago now, but still, she has it as she's whining about this.
Right.
So.
I feel that this has put my family, my sons in particular,
your sons, especially Jacob, your oldest,
disadvantage. Isaac depends on the internet, to complete his assignments for school.
Sure, gambling.
He often uses the internet to work on reports, projects. Or often, at times, to just do research.
Okay, so, I mean, that's a huge cause. If you didn't fall in love with the broadband cause, after that, nothing will make you fall in love with it. Where you been? Yeah, you're just a heartless bastard at that point.
I mean, if this is going to make my internet faster than it is right now, and yet be cheaper or free, I'm all for it.
Are you for it? Okay, yeah.
Because what I pay for now is pretty good.
Yeah,
they do. They do a pretty good job. And
if I have to wait 3 seconds for a website to load, I'm pissed.
And I will say that I'm at times, often
at times,
pissed
yeah,
how much they charge me for it too.
Yeah,
but
I am too. I am too. Often
at times.
I know. Now, of course, they're also going to do the important work of upgrading airports.
Oh, good.
I mean, you've seen what the airports are like.
And airports. I mean, this airport that I go by every day, the DFW International Airport, you can't get on the property without being charged to get on. So I'm sure they're hurting.
Yeah,
they need more government funding.
They do. Yeah, they do.
They just got done remodeling the entire acreage of DFW. That's bigger than the island of Manhattan, by the way.
Yeah,
and they need more money. I think not.
Well, they're going to get it anyway. The deal is going to invest $17 billion in port infrastructure, $25 billion in airports.
Oh yeah, that's right. The ports. We do care about the ports.
We care about the ports.
We do. I do care about. the ports.
We do. I do too. Well, often at times I care about the ports.
Yeah, me too.
But they're going to address repair and maintenance backlogs, reduce congestion and emissions near ports and airports, and promote electrification and other low carbon technologies.
That's good.
Yeah, I've been screaming about that.
I know. This goes back to
they're hitting all my hot points right here. These are the issues that are so important to me. The bill will provide $7.5 billion for zero and low emission buses and ferries.
Again, good.
Yeah, especially the ferries. I've been yelling about the ferries for a long time.
Have you?
For a long time. Yeah, there's just not enough ferries in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And it hampers where I can go.
Argument.
Yeah.
Many have made that argument.
Where's our ferries?
Thank you.
There's not enough of them.
There's not enough ferries.
Not enough ferries here. Another $7.5 billion would be going to building a nationwide network of plug-in electric vehicle charges. So we're going to do Tesla's work for them.
Yeah.
We're going to pay for all of those little places that you see at movie theaters and shopping.
Town centers.
Town centers. Yeah. Where they've got them lined up, and you might see one car there every other day.
Yeah,
or
the
something.
Walgreens
They're usually completely empty.
The Walgreens I go to has one in the corner, and it's either empty or there's one guy sitting there.
Yeah, almost every time.
It's just all by itself.
I have never seen a full load of electric vehicles being charged at one of those places.
At the one town center that I go by that's in our neck of the woods, there's been times when, I don't know that every one has been used, but there's
quite a few.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Teslas and stuff.
In that neck of the woods, yes.
A lot of Teslas. Maseratis, Teslas, BMWs,
I know.
Maybachs, Rolls Royce. I've seen more Rolls Royces here in just the amount of time we've been here than the rest of my life combined.
I know. There's one
incredible.
guy that's got a 2-door convertible Rolls. That thing is sweet.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is beautiful.
And you got these people with their Bentleys.
Come to think of it, I hate him.
The guy with the Bentley?
I hate him,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Environmental remediation. Another important aspect of this bill. The bill will provide $21 billion to clean up Superfund and brownfield sites, reclaim abandoned mine land, and cap orphaned gas wells. The orphaned gas wells, when I drive by them, I feel so sad for them. Look at that orphaned gas well.
We were just talking about starting a nonprofit
for the orphaned gas wells.
Yes.
Yes. Now, finally, there's some money for the orphans.
The cogs. Cap the orphaned gas wells.
Now, usually we don't care about this, but there's actually a section for how Congress will pay for it.
Oh.
Who cares? That's the answer. Who cares?
Thank you.
Nobody does.
No, I
Seriously,
don't.
nobody does.
Please.
Nobody cares anymore. Spend all you want. We'll just print more. We'll print more. It doesn't matter.
It's not gonna harm anything.
But they're
Nothing's
actually
gonna happen.
They're actually looking at more than a dozen measures that would pay for the proposal. The largest is likely repurposing unused COVID relief funds.
Wait, what?
Wow. Which is estimated to provide $205 billion in unused COVID funds?
Yeah, there's a lot. Just sitting there. We talked about that. It's just sitting there. Why not use that? And I guess they finally decided that they're going to. Good.
Yeah, that would be fine. All right.
I know that they think that printing money isn't going to do anything, but I will say at least the Fed chair Jerome Powell just said, inflation could turn out to be higher and more persistent than we expect.
No.
That's a quote. So, I mean, I don't know that it's actually true.
It can't be, because I won't hear of it. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. That would cost hundreds of billions, and they just don't have it. We just don't have it.
Good.
888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Here's what I love about what's going on right now with the COVID-19 situation and the fact that we're supposed to get vaccinated. And they want every single living human being to get vaccinated, or you're a killer and a moron. Meanwhile, people continue to pour across our southern border with COVID-19. 20 to 40% of them have COVID-19. And you don't think that has a little something to do with why our numbers are going up.
You think?
In Texas and elsewhere, because they're not just stopping in Texas. These are being bussed and flown all over the country to relocate them.
I mean, we have the Department of Justice now telling Governor Abbott that he can't do anything about it. It's not up to him.
Yeah, right.
I think it is.
I mean,
his job is to keep this state and our citizens safe.
There's a 900% increase in sick migrants crossing the border through the Rio Grande Valley sector. You don't think that's going to have an effect on us? Of course it is. But of course, if you mention it, why, you're a racist, xenophobic hater.
Right.
But here we are in the midst of this pandemic. We were just getting a grasp on bringing those numbers down to a level where it almost felt normal again, and now they're shooting back up. And one of the big causes, not the only one, but one of the drivers of this, are illegal aliens coming here who are sick and unvaccinated.
Right. Well, the good thing is that
Kamala Harris is on it.
Thank you. You were on this.
Kamala Harris is going to fix this.
I mean, she's on it.
Yeah.
And she has issued. She didn't do a press conference or anything. She just went ahead and issued her 5-pillar plan.
Oh, she's got a
5-pillar plan addressing the border crisis.
Do these pillars correspond with the pillars of Islam?
I don't
or
think
are they
say that.
Oh, okay.
I think they're different.
You think they're different
so
pillars?
Pillar 1 is addressing economic insecurity and inequality.
Oh, okay.
Pillar 2 is
addressing it. In what way? We're going to address it. In what way?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if they're good.
It's going to be addressed, though.
It's going to be addressed.
So somebody's going to talk about it.
Yes.
Essentially.
Pillar 2, combating corruption, strengthening democratic governance, and advancing the rule of law.
Huh.
So.
All right. That's powerful.
How good do you feel? Pillar 3.
Yeah.
Promoting respect for human rights, labor rights, and free press.
Okay.
Pillar 4. Countering and preventing violence, extortion, and other crimes perpetrated by criminal gangs, trafficking networks, and other organized criminal organizations. So. Pillar 5.
Okay, number 5.
I mean, if you didn't think it was going to be solved already.
This is the one that drives the nail into the coffin of the situation.
Combating sexual, gender-based, and domestic violence.
Okay.
So.
Sexual, gender-based, and domestic violence. We're going to combat that.
That's correct.
And then that's going to stop illegal immigration?
That's, part of her plan. One of the pillars, the 5 pillars.
Those are some strange pillars.
To combat the border crisis.
How about this pillar? Put the military at the border and seal it. How about that? Seal the freaking border. How about that?
That'd be a good idea.
How about this? We, instead of spending all our money in Germany, Japan, and South Korea, we take those troops and we bring them home. We bring them back to the United States of America, and we station them along our border. Not all of them, wouldn't take all of them, but many of them can go to the border and stop illegals from crossing the border. How about that?
How about that?
Seal it.
How about that?
Shut it.
I mean, we haven't shut down the southern border at all. And we've got the Attorney General saying that Abbott can't do anything to restrict the transportation of these migrants. And yet we are capturing and sending back people, them, who are trying to get here from Cuba on rafts.
Didn't they just do that to dozens of people?
27 of them to be exact.
Yeah.
5 of them were 15 miles away on a raft. Yeah, we'll pick them up and we're going to
and the Coast Guard picked them up and took them back to Cuba.
Taking them back. We were going to
I'm sure they're perfectly safe. They'll be fine. Don't worry about them.
I missed the pictures of Cuba welcoming them with open arms.
I bet they had a parade.
Yeah, they probably did.
They probably had a parade celebrating the return of the 27 people who were trying to sneak across and float.
We just went for a boat ride. The next thing you know, we're almost to the U.S. Thank God they saved me.
Yeah, right. Unbelievable. Really amazing.
It truly is.
The different way the Cuban refugees are treated compared to anybody coming from Mexico, Central and South America, unbelievable. 888-900-3393.
Pat Gray.
I do, and thank you for returning with us. 888-900-3393. At Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where Planet of the Mams tweets, when you say bipartisan, Pat, I really think you mean unilateral compromise, right? Yeah, it's pretty closer to what it is, yeah. Dizzy symbol Nicole Archer will not comply. I see electric charging stations that are powered by a diesel generator. Yeah, that too, which is ridiculous because the electric car is saving the planet, right?
Right.
Well, except for all the fossil fuels that power it. Rainbow Dildo Butt Monkey Wrangler tweets, the eco-friendly trains will have one of those carts with the seesaw handles hooked to the front.
That's awesome.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
That's creating jobs.
Right? That old ass bum in there, face with raised eyebrow.
All right.
They're getting more and more complex every day. Infrastructure would work if they had fixed the roads that really need work instead of fixing roads that were fixed last year. Yeah.
Wow.
Or back in 2009. How many times has this happened with the infrastructure?
Oh, my gosh.
So many.
In
So
2009,
many
I mean, I went by, we talked about the Northeast Corridor there where Amtrak and New Jersey Transit runs. They put up a big sign.
Yeah. Right.
No, I mean, they put up a big sign. That's the work they did.
That's you see that all over the place. No work is going on, but the sign is there.
The sign is there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good sign. It was 2x4s and a big sign so you could see it. And it was there forever. Just the sign.
From rock skipping gold medalist, where is Sarah McLachlan to raise money for these poor orphaned gas wells?
Thank you.
Or, Sally Struthers, even.
Hi, I'm Sally Struthers. For less than you'd pay for a new Mercedes-Benz S550, you can help cap orphaned gas wells in your state.
Isn't that, that'd be touching, right?
Donations to orphaned gas wells, tax deductible. Sally Struthers is a paid endorser.
Is Sally Struthers even alive?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
What are you talking about?
What a stupid question
Sally
that was.
Struthers?
She's everywhere. How could you not know?
I bet you Sally's, 69?
Yeah, 70, 72.
69.
70.
Sally, where are you at?
74.
Baby?
74.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Man.
Still looking good, though.
Is she? Is she? Oh.
This guy's a liar.
Looking good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
I don't know why you think she's not.
No, no reason.
Okay.
No reason at all. Haven't seen Sally in a while. Doing the For the Children campaign or whatever it was she was doing.
I mean,
remember that?
Getting paid from the Cap the Orphan gas wells.
Yes.
Now, so.
That's true. Okay.
I don't know what she can't be doing much. The IMDb's got to be like years with nothing, right?
I don't know. Look up her IMDb. Let's see what her last project was. It was probably For the Children.
No, she's working. She hasn't worked in a couple years.
Okay.
But she's in 2019. She did a TV series short where she played in Summer Camp Island.
Summer Camp Island?
That looks like voice work, though.
Oh.
She was in a Christmas Harmony in 2018.
A Christmas Harmony.
It's called Christmas Harmony. So,
and was it a Hallmark?
I don't know. Let's click on Christmas Harmony and see what it was.
Yeah.
Christmas Harmony. Looks like it. Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed that.
Watch on
that
Prime.
Had to be really, really good.
So yeah, it looks good.
Had to be really.
It looks
really good. Yeah. Okay.
Kelly Jackal stars as a young woman who returns to her small hometown to rediscover music, family bonds, and the magic of the Christmas season.
They return to their small hometown.
That's right.
That is the plot line in
every single Christmas movie from Hallmark. Every one of them. They come from New York, and they're back in their small town. And, oh, my gosh, I just ran into my high school sweetheart.
Sally.
But, boy, we broke up badly, so there's no way we can get back together, except we do somehow. It's an incredible story.
Sally Struthers, who played Shirley, reminded me of just what life was like when I was here and how important it was to get back to it.
Yes.
Here, have a coffee.
Yes. And then just before they reunite with their sweetheart and get married, the old boyfriend from New York, where they had a bad breakup, and that's why they're back in the small town.
Yeah, he
shows up for a little while, and it confuses her.
It
confuses her.
It doesn't confuse Shirley, though.
No.
It's because Shirley sees right through it.
Shirley knows he's a douchebag.
Yes.
She knows the high school sweetheart who's lived in the small town the whole time.
Yes.
He's the one.
Thank you.
He's the hard worker. He's loyal. He's committed. He's rock solid.
I didn't want to tell you that straight out because you wouldn't have believed me.
I wanted you to come to that conclusion yourself.
Yes.
That's great. All right. 888-900-3393. By the way, Hidalgo County Judge Richard Cortez is calling on the Biden administration to stop releasing COVID-19 positive illegal immigrants into Texas. We've been doing well as a community in slowing the spread of this deadly virus, but ill-conceived policies by both the federal and state governments are beginning to have serious consequences on Hidalgo County. I call on federal immigration officials to stop releasing infected migrants into our community. Wow, people don't talk like this. So it's so refreshing when somebody finally does. When somebody speaks up and speaks common sense and logic, it's so refreshing. We now face a potential crisis because of the federal policy of releasing infected migrants into our community. His remarks come on the heels of the Biden administration releasing thousands of illegal immigrants into American communities. And that's not just Texas. That's all over the country. It's all over the country.
But, here in Texas, we're feeling the heat of that, above and beyond.
Yes. More so than other places.
Chip Roy, who we played yesterday, all wound up about what was going on here in Texas. He was on the floor of Congress. Well, he commented on his Twitter account when they talked about the Attorney General going after Abbott and stopping this. And he said, if your answer is anything but wait until we shut down I-35 and all other port of entry roads entirely, you SOB, then we're not doing it right.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Guy's outspoken.
Shut it down. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
That's awesome. And by the way, this is on the heels of the release of 50,000 illegals into the United States without any kind of court date to show up for. And
the number of them not returning,
all of them
do have a date. Now, all of them, obviously, those don't have a date at all. It's just
none of them. Okay, none of these 50,000 have a date. Do you know that 90% don't show up for their court date?
I thought it was 80, actually. 90. 90 is even worse.
I just read it yesterday. 90% don't show up. Even when they do have a court date.
Right.
90% don't show up. That
seems like a high number.
It does, doesn't it? It kind of does. And by the way, ICE has also recorded over 21,000 COVID-19 cases within their detention facilities.
So what? So sick of you people whining about it.
I'm so sick of you whining about sick people being released into our cities, towns,
give them a mask and tell them to get out.
Right.
We're going out of our way with the Coast Guard to put people back into Cuba. But we can't. We've watched videos of the Border Patrol helping illegal immigrants across the river because they were sick and getting them into this country to get help. Why not help them to the other side? How about we help them back?
Yep.
Nope.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't understand it. I don't.
That's because it's incomprehensible. You can't understand it. It's like the metric system. There's just no way to know. There's just no way to know.
I think I feel better now.
By the way, scientists, because just to show you that scientists know everything, scientists from Cambridge and NTU Singapore
have found that slow motion collisions of tectonic plates drag more carbon into Earth's interior than previously thought.
Wait, what?
Yeah. They found that carbon drawn into the Earth's interior at subduction zones, where tectonic plates collide and dive into the Earth's interior, it tends to stay locked away at depth rather than resurfacing in the form of volcanic emissions. Huh. So what they're finding is that the Earth eats up about 2/3 more CO2 than they knew.
But if it didn't, Pat.
If it didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
We'd all be dead.
But wait, I thought the science was settled. Huh.
It's only settled when they want it to be settled.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's evolving.
So you're telling me that we didn't already know everything there was to know about CO2 and how it acts and relates to this planet? But of course, that doesn't mean that scientists are wrong on any other topic, though. They can't be wrong on COVID-19. They can't be wrong on vaccines. They can't be wrong on the catastrophic climate change that's coming our way. Because they were only off by 2/3.
That's it, though.
66%.
That's it. Again,
that's all. Don't worry about it. That's not even worth mentioning. It's not even worth talking about. We find out, how many stories do we have like this? Every couple months, there's something that comes up like this on science where they don't know.
Isn't settled.
It's not settled.
And by the way,
nowhere near settled.
The Earth, I don't know. It appears to me, and again, I'm not a scientist, so
So what do you know?
Well, I see
more than they do.
I'm just saying that it appears to me, a non-scientist, that the Earth takes care of the Earth.
Yes, which is what we've said all along. The Earth is self-healing. It really is. I mean, it has many ways. But if it didn't, we'd be 200, 250 degrees hotter than we are right now. But it does, so we're not. And yet, even though these stories surface all the time, they're just ignored by the climate alarmists. They don't even pay attention to it. It's like, whatever.
Oh, sure, the subtronic plates.
Yes.
So whatever. So what? Sure.
Exactly. It's crazy what they don't know. It's amazing how much they don't know, or how much they think they know, and then they find out something completely different.
Right.
And that happens all the time. All the time. And of course, there's a number of ways for CO2 to be released back into the atmosphere. The carbon released back as CO2. But there's only one path in which it can return to the Earth's interior, and that's via plate subduction. Here, surface carbon, for instance, in the form of seashells, microorganisms which have locked atmospheric CO2 into their shells, channeled into the Earth's interior. Scientists had thought that a lot of that carbon was then returned to the atmosphere as CO2, but now they find out it isn't.
But no.
No.
But no. Other scientists looked at it and said, I don't think it does that. Huh.
I mean, what lying sacks of crap these people are.
Yes.
And, I mean, sometimes they're just wrong. They're not trying to lie. But I think in some cases, they just know what they're saying isn't true because they want to alarm us.
No, they don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, they obviously don't care. And Al Gore has been that way for years.
He doesn't care.
And he doesn't care. I mean, he legitimately doesn't care.
He doesn't give a rat's anus. He does not.
I mean, he legitimately is a lying sack of crap.
Legitimately.
Yes.
Indeed he is. And we all know.
I mean, he's an honest lying sack of crap.
Now, people would say, well, why would he lie? Why would he do that? I don't know. He's become a billionaire doing it.
Because of it, yeah. I mean, there's evidence when he gets faced with, well, isn't that, oh, well, sure, it does happen that way, but, whatever. Oh,
Yeah, it's the old whatever,
whatever
argument, which is so powerful this time of year.
Like, whatever.
Sure. Exactly.
And like, or whatever, like, just like.
Thank you.
She's a genius, isn't she?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
She is.
A genius and a delight.
She is.
I
mean, they're starting to even protest her, though, I saw. Sarandon and Susan Sarandon, right? And the crowd was there protesting her.
I saw that headline and I thought, oh my gosh, is Susan Sarandon going to say something logical?
No. I thought the same thing.
Did you really?
Yes.
I thought, okay.
I know.
They've realized she's a socialist
yes.
and they're off put by that. No, she's not socialist enough. Exactly.
I thought the same stupid thing. That is hilarious.
That is so fantastic. What they're pissed about is that she hasn't pushed socialized medicine.
Enough.
She hasn't pushed the Medicare for All thing enough.
They're out in front of her office. Sure, we love you, but just come on. Start killing people. What are you doing?
Right. I mean, that's amazing. Probably many people had the exact same thought. So ridiculous.
So bad.
Oh, man. Something else that's super, super logical is Minneapolis is about to vote on replacing their police force because things are going so well in Minneapolis right now that they don't need police. You know what they need is I'm looking for what they're going to call it here. They're trying to get a comprehensive public safety approach right now.
A comprehensive public safety approach. Yeah. And are these going to be community psychiatrists, psychologists,
that kind of thing.
Community health specialists?
/ mall cops.
I mean, that's a good title.
Yeah. Yes,
it
is.
Title?
Yeah, it's a really good title. So, murder, they're calling it Murderapolis. The murders have increased so much
Murderapolis.
in Minneapolis. And yet the city council voted 12-1 to push a petition drive to replace Minneapolis's police force with a Department of Public Safety. They're going to put that on the November ballot.
Of Public Safety.
A Department of Public Safety. So that'll be on the November ballot. It'll be interesting to see how Minneapolisans.
I don't know.
If you're from Minneapolis, what is the word for you? Maybe you can let us know. But the Minneapolites,
Minneapolisonians,
whoever they are, they're going to have a chance to vote in November on replacing the police department with the Department of Public Safety.
Because I saw the headline right where BLM is wanting them was for more police.
What?
I think so. I think the headline was that BLM was for more police, but they might that might actually be like the Susan Sarandon headline where they're more for the we want more police, the community health professionals police. You know what I mean? They might have that because they are finding. Look, I mean, these cities are out of control, right? But I believe it was specifically Minneapolis.
I believe it was
people.
Yeah,
that. Whatever they call themselves, that it was BLM in Minneapolis that wanted more police because of the crime.
Amazing. It's amazing.
It's because of you?
Right.
The problem is maybe
I don't know,
stop committing the crimes?
The riots and putting police into this situation where they're afraid to act? Why don't you look inside yourselves there? All right, let's go to Julie in Ohio. Hey, Julie, you're on the Blaze.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Julie.
Just wanted to let you know I got a bingo.
Nice. Yes.
Nice. All right. Excellent.
All right. Tell us where your bingo occurred.
It's the second row across.
Okay.
As Jeffy mentions Urgent Fury.
Yes.
Stand up, Chuck.
Okay.
Lying sack of crap.
Right.
I want my bleeping Trump back.
Okay.
And, of course, pudding.
Of course, pudding.
Nice.
All right. Good job, Julie.
Nice.
So
excellent.
Did we set you up with the $35 to get some stuff?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. And thanks for playing.
Guys. Have a great day.
You too.
You too. Thanks for listening.
All right. That'll be at patheadshop.com where she can get that. And by the way, if you want delicious cookies this week, and I think today and tomorrow are the last days you can get the butterbeer cookie. which is so delicious, so good. It'll come back up again later, but it's one of those limited time.
What
only
about the
things.
hot chocolate?
The hot chocolate will come back too.
Pat? That's what I'm talking about. What about the hot chocolate?
It'll come back at Christmas. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's almost Christmas.
No, it's just very close. We're very close to Christmas.
It's right around the corner.
So go to Kexi.com to get those delicious cookies. Kexi.com.
You know what you could do is you could eat Kexi cookies and then watch the Olympics this weekend.
Yes, you could do that.
Nobody's watching. You could probably get online real quick and watch some event somewhere. There's nobody watching.
I saw a swimmer yesterday. I was so happy to see this. Caleb Dressel is his name. And he won the 100-meter freestyle swim. And I think he set a world record. But anyway, he won the gold. And he's standing on the podium, and the national anthem starts to play. Did he kneel? Did he turn his back on it? Did he spit? No. What he did was something revolutionary. He put his hand over his heart and wept as it played.
How dare him?
I know. What a white supremacist.
Thank you.
White supremacist.
How come he just didn't walk away? Just quit.
I don't know.
Just quit.
Right?
Just
right
enough.
Before the event.
I'm done. I need a mental health day.
Right.
Enough already. I could probably set the world record, but I'm going
I'm not
home.
going to.
No.
I'm just, I've done this for a long time
guys,
now.
Nah.
It's too much pressure. I'm not
Go
going to
ahead. You know what? Just leave that lane empty. I'm going.
You guys are
Take
stressing
care.
me out. I'm just going to go right now. I'm going to go sit in the stands and watch. So last night I'm watching some of the gymnastics. She's there. She's still there. She's sitting in the stands.
Yeah.
Watching it. You couldn't compete. You had to sit in the stands.
Thank you. She said she was suffering from something, some twisties or some, I don't know.
Twisties?
That's what it said on the screen.
What are
I never
twisties?
heard of it before. I don't know.
I'm suffering from twisties.
I don't know.
can't
Maybe
come
it's
into
something
work
that
today.
only gymnasts suffer from.
I've got twisties. I can't come to work. So.
Are you a gymnast now?
No, but I've got twisties. You don't have to be a gymnast. This isn't the National Association of Realtors where only realtors can be members of the National Association
I was
of Realtors.
sent one of our listeners sent me a picture last night of their sweatpants that they wear when they want to feel like Simone Biles. Because we know that Simone is Nike's Just Do It, or now Just Quit It. But this fan sent us his Just Give Up sweatpants. You can see, if you're watching on Blaze TV, you can see the picture of their sweatpants.
Oh, there they are.
They said that's what they wear
Just
on days
give up.
when they need mental health day.
That's funny.
So I mean,
that's funny. That's
Simone.
gonna be blistered by the left as racist. And
I know. Well,
whatever.
That's
else.
why I was showing.
I mean, it's so ridiculous now that you have to praise the person who quit because that's the thing you should do. Well, she was so courageous to take a mental health day. That's so courageous. She took a mental health fortnight, which to Americans who are not in the know, that's about 2 weeks. So, because she quit not just the team competition. No, it's 2 weeks. It's not just the team competition. She quit for the individual competition as well. So.
And it's amazing that she's still there.
It is.
It truly is amazing that she's still there. It's like, what?
I mean, how bad could it be? If you're sitting there in the stands, you're fine. You look fine. She's cheering on her team. She just doesn't want to compete. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, congratulations.
I mean, I guess if she leaves, right, she has to give up the endorsements.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either. All
right. Have a great weekend. We will see you again on Monday.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.